ISO 22000, ISO 45001, and 14001 plus BRCGS food safety qualifications. Uh, so I'm do consultation and trainings and conducting internal audits and second party audits for different organizations. Uh, I'm a trainer, municipality approved trainer for basic food safety, food service, and conducting training for food safety, health and safety, and environment related trainings. Uh, Undertaking different designs, like layout, reviews, and pre-operational inspection of especially kitchens. So when it comes our topics, kitchen hygiene management, as I mentioned earlier, we'll be talking about the issues and the solutions. So when it comes to the issues, so as a food business operator, whether you are an owner or a PIC or a manager, the biggest concern you will have is the issues with legal compliance and any food poisoning. Nobody wants to happen food poisoning or any kind of foodborne diseases that happening after consuming the food we serve. So daily basis, when we comes to newspapers or in social media, we come across cases, food poisoning outbreaks happened in different part of the world, happen in India or in UAE or in other part of the world. So nobody wants to happen this in our premise, right? So for not to happen that in our premise, we want to know that what are the problems. So let's talk about initially let's talk about the problems, like how the food poisoning cases happens. What is the reason? So first of all, let me say a poor design of the premise. Mainly, some restaurants are working, like some kitchens are working for longer time. Like maybe it started 10 years back, or maybe it started earlier to that. So a proper design is lacking. So there is no proper process flow. So there is a zigzag, like a receiving area and one corner that is a maybe the storage area is in the other side of the kitchen. So all the way received items will be carried into the storage area through the process areas. So there is a wrong design. Maybe the cutting, pre-preparation areas, the cutting and washing area, that is in the other corner. So all the way from storage, it has to taken into the cutting area through the process areas itself. So maybe the finished items are there, finished food items are there. So there is a chance of cross-contamination. So design is very important. There should be a linear process flow. So that will allow a safe food preparation. So that will be easier to maintain. So after receiving, immediately it will be kept inside into the process areas. So we will have a less headache in terms of a process flow. Uh, and lack of awareness among the people. The people are not knowing how to do, like they haven't get in Dubai. There is a mandatory training requirement for food handlers, that is basic food safety training. So many restaurants, they are undertaking trainings. Afterwards, maybe it will be working for 1 year, they will be thinking about that. Once the municipality come and give a warning saying that you will have to undertake a basic food safety training. So then the PICs will be, or the managers, immediately they will be like, they may say, municipality say that we will be giving you a penalty if you didn't do that, or maybe they give an offense. Then only people start doing this one. Immediately they will rush, start checking for who are the approved partners, approved training companies. Immediately we want to do training. So instead of that, before you start, like people will be, you have to ensure that people are aware about the basic hygiene practices, what you have to do, how you have to do preparation. So you will have less headache in terms of because the people, if they are not aware how to do the things basically like in a safe way, so they will not keep like they will ensure that there is a proper temperature control, they will ensure that there is a segregation, they will be aware about the allergens, food allergens. So they will know about the importance of food safety. So when there is awareness among the people, so we'll have less headaches in regards to food safety, and possibly you will have less headache of a food poisoning. Improper practices. Of course, the people, they are not aware about the food safety practices. They don't know how to do food preparation safely. So there will be chances of they are doing improper practices. So of course you can't expect a safe practices from the premise leadership. So the leadership of the premise, like the owners, they are they are not uh, they are not giving importance to food safety. Like their priority is not food safety, or they are like focused only on doing some business, not a safe. When the premise owners, they are looking forward for the like a safe uh, let's say in this way, the food I am preparing, I'm serving to my customers, that should be safe, and customer should be happy. If they are focusing on this one, of course they will be aware about this one. So they will ensure that their uh, staff got proper awareness, they know about food safety practices. They will be focusing on the design of the premise. They will be focusing on the regular maintenance of the premise. So when the leadership is not focused on food safety, we can't expect a safe food operation. Low staff morale. When you are not taking care of your staff, you are not focused on your staff, how they are working. Is there any had you provided adequate resources for them? You are expecting people to do a safe food operation, but you have not provided adequate facility for that. Like you are expecting that the temperature should be controlled, but you are not provided adequate chillers or freezers, and you are expecting that there is a segregation, but there is no adequate cutting boards or knives accordingly. So you can't expect people are giving you the good response. So as a good leadership, the top management or the owners of the premise, you have to ensure your staff things are taken care of. Inadequate facilities are sometime your preparation premise, like the kitchen started years back, and that time you didn't focus on that one. Maybe after 10 years, like the business has increased like significantly. So you have to increase your area also. Like you don't have enough space for keeping adequate storage. Like I have come across during my when I was working as municipality inspector. So I have come across many premises, and many time I'm communicating with the people regarding this one. like uh, like business is increasing significantly, and you are not taking care of improving your premise. Like you are not like the started 5 years back, when you started you are serving 500 meals per shift, or 1000 meal per shift, and now it is 5000 meal per shift. So significant increase. You don't, then there is no space for adequate storage. You don't have space for proper thawing of your premises. I mean, your chicken or frozen items. So you'll have to ensure that maybe you'll have to increase your area. So your total, maybe you'll have to relocate, or you have to take additional areas. Maybe you'll have to uh, take the adjacent shop also, but to add it into this one, or maybe there was no proper process flow in that time, so you'll have to add adequate facilities according to your operation. Maybe you add some more into your premise, so your existing premise is not adequate. So this way you'll have to think about the problems what you are facing. You will have to analyze the problems you are facing in like from the regulatory authorities. They are doing inspection and they are giving some report. So go through the report what they are talking about every time, in what aspect you are getting offense or you are getting warnings. So analyze that one and go for the solutions. Sometime I'm hearing regularly from some food premises. Sometime, oh no, municipality is not no problem. We sometime we got fine. Okay, fine. We will pay that fine. It's fine, but no issues. Like that will go on like that only. Some owners are telling like that. They will come and do some fine, and we will pay that. Nobody take care of that. But think about, like maybe it will go for some time, but think about something happen, like a food poisoning case happens, then, and you don't know the consequence from that. It can go, sometime there can be some penalties, sometime it can go to legal action, sometime it can even lead to your premise closure or go into a very huge fine that you cannot accommodate. And sometime think about someone life has it was it affected their life. So in that case, it is out of your control. Legal action plus your own morality will be affected. So think about, like this, like take a pledge, like this should not happen to you. And when it comes to the problems, like a proper waste management, if there is no proper waste management, so it can lead to lot of issues, pest nuisance, and legal compliance issues. Like municipality comes, as I mentioned earlier, like every time you are getting headache from legal authorities. And like continuously you are getting fines or lower grades nowadays. Like municipality has started, by municipality and many other municipalities started uh, giving grades. So continuously you are getting lower grades. That means you are having more number of inspections, and continuously you are getting consecutive inspections. You are getting lower grades. So it can leads to even closure of the premise. So what are all the solutions? So when we talk about the solutions, first of all, let me say it's about making a proper plan. So before you start operation itself, like if you are looking forward for opening a new restaurant, new kitchen, let me say plan, make a proper plan, plan about where you are going to do. Like of course you will be doing that one, like you will be looking for the business, like you will be doing a study. Okay, there is a proper walk-in, the location is good, and people can come, and this like a lot of people living around. So these are all the normal consideration you will have. Plus consider this one, it's a of course it's a legal requirement also. Municipality will be doing an inspection, so they will do a pre-operation, like initial approval, like the suitability of the premise. So it should be a safe location where you can maintain hygiene, and Some other things are there, like it should not be very close to a or it has not been used as a landfill or a close to a landfill or prone to flooding or something like that. Some considerations are there. Uh, Plus you will have to consider the type of meal. So it is not the same, like you are planning to start a uh, tea preparation, like you are going to start a tea serving area, or a cafeteria or a kitchen you are serving, like a catering, bigger catering unit serving 5,000 or 10,000 meals per shift. So accordingly, and type of meal, like a tea preparation area, or you are serving like complex preparations, like preparation, then cooling, then serving, or some preparation like complex preparations, just like sushi, or some that involve lot of technical expertise. So accordingly you will have to make plan, like the area, the total requirement of area, kind of like preparation area, storage areas that is required for your operation. Number of meals, that's a big one thing you have to consider, like how many meals are you are going to prepare. Are you going to take orders, like one time, sometime you'll have to take like a school order or a party order, so you'll have to prepare sometime like 1,000 sandwiches at a time. So do you have a facility for that? How you are going to keep it, how you are going to safely, without like there will be a requirement for temperature control, safekeeping, segregation and all. So you will have to ensure that adequate facilities are provided, provisions are provided for that. Modes of preparation, as I mentioned, like a kind of preparation, like are you going to prepare, like does it need cooling, or hot holding or cold holding. So accordingly you'll have to ensure proper facilities and provisions are provided. So you'll have to plan all these things, activities, future expansion, that is one of the important thing. So like after 1 year, what you are going to do after 3 years, are you going to be in the same premise, or are you planning to build your own bigger kitchen? So accordingly you will have to make consider future expansion also, like this year, like as per your business plan, this year you are starting with 10,000 meals or 10,000 meals. After 1 year you are planning to make it 5,000 or 10,000. So accordingly, how you are, is it possible to do in the same area itself? Like sometimes people do that. When I have come across, like some people are like they are keeping area for future expansion also, like for 5 years or 10 years, like they keep some area free, like after 5 years you will be using that area for this purpose, like this way. So this should be considered when you are planning it. Like people, think about people, like how you are going to retain people, how you are going to give them proper training, because like hire people and retain people, like like after 1 year your key people are, you are losing key people, that means you will have big impact on your operation. So how you are going to handle that? So you'll have to plan it accordingly. uh, Recently, one restaurant, I was going for their basic food safety training, so they are opening, recently they opened. So what they have done, like in from India, it's a chain of restaurant from India, and recently they started operation here. So what they do, they brought some people, 3 4 people, a team, to establish, to train people here. They have given legal trainings from here, from us, like basic food safety and PAC trainings. Plus additionally they are planning to do some other trainings also, different levels and customized trainings continuously. We have some clients, like they do every year basic food safety training, even though that is not a legal requirement, and they are asking every time focus on this one. They are giving us Every time before we start training, they give some feedback like you see this time you focus on this one. This time like mostly you are our distribution people. So give them this focus on. We have these kind of issues. So focus on these areas. This is how people are committed on people development. So like this, you are training your people and you have planned to retain your people, so you can expect a good team. They are focused on. So you will have to make a proper plan on that one. Plan on their trainings. What kind of training you are going to do. Facilities and provision, as we told earlier, like what kind of according to your operation, your facility requirements. So plan it ahead. Design of the premise and what system you are going to implement. Like are you going to establish a HACCP certification or some other certification like ISO 22000 or BRCGS certification. So plan it ahead. What like depend upon your client requirement, depend upon your um client requirements, legal requirements, or your own improvement of the premise. So this kind of planning will make you good results. Design, as we mentioned earlier, linear workflow should be managed. So think about total area, how much area you required for doing this operation. For storage, how much area you are going to allocate. Think about future plans also. After 5 years, will it be enough? Or next year, will it be enough? Pre-preparation for marination or cutting, washing. Is this area is adequate, or you need a adequate additional area? And future, how much area you required? Your for your holding and packing, how much area you required? Like like some orders you are expected to receive, like one time there will be sometime you will be serving to a bigger catering establishment or a party order, like you are doing that. So one time you will require to make huge orders. So think about, can you make that safely? Or some orders, will you require some other uh, help from other additional establishment, like a contract with other catering establishments, like that. So these should be included in the design when you plan the design, and it has to get approved from the legal regulatory authority, that is in here in Dubai. It has to be approved by Food Safety Department of uh, Dubai municipality. So leadership, top management commitment is very important. So when the leadership is committed for their priority for maintaining high hygiene standards of the kitchen, or proper uh, like the kitchen should be the serving uh, safe product to the consumers, or you are focusing on retaining your customers. So you will be showing your commitment. So giving your priority to food safety. So as you give, sometime it has been observed like the dining will be very nice. So it is very nicely designed with sparkling lights and sparkling like all the things like well cleaned, well maintained, smelling very nice, with fancy lights and all looking very nice. But when we enter inside the kitchen, so that will be the worst kitchen ever, even though it is designed well, but it is not like properly arranged, or you are doing a very wrong practices. It is totally unclean, and waste management is very poor. Lot of pests inside the premise. So it's of no use. Anytime you can expect a food poisoning from your premise. So maintaining that cleanliness, maintaining that hygiene conditions, undertake proper waste management, pest control, all kitchen hygiene management that require a good vision from the top management, where we have to go, how we have to manage, how we have to manage people, how we have to retain people, to ensure that adequate resources are provided, adequate manpower is there, adequate trainings are provided, adequate space is provided, roles and responsibilities are assigned for each person. Every individual working, they know that, even the cleaner know that what they have to do, or the top management like the general manager or the restaurant manager or the kitchen manager or supervisor. Everyone knows that, the sandwich maker, everyone knows that what they have to do and how they have to, what they have to achieve. So it's not only about making a lot of profit, it's also about serving food safely. So this is also one of the criteria you have to fulfill. So if the top management is committed to that one, to ensure that, and they are focused, they are ensuring, they have an objective to maintain this one. So every time they are looking forward for this, then it can be, you can expect from your kitchen, from your people, the same result uh, from the team. And this is communicated very well. So communication is very important. Like the people working, they should know what is your aim, what is your objective, where we are going, what we want to achieve by this month, by end of this year, or another 5 years, what we are going to achieve, and making a positive food safety culture inside the premise. So what indicates for your premise, what is mean by making a positive food safety culture, what you are looking for from your people, what you are expecting. So and a leadership showing that how you are going to achieve it, very well communicated, and a role model from the top management. So this is how the top management commitment will show that maintaining a positive food safety culture inside the premise. Making a good team, it's not an easy task, but this is very important to maintain your result in proper way. So retain your people, as we mentioned earlier, retain your people. When people want to be happy, you have to ensure that they are getting the things as per their expectation. Like they should be very clearly communicate, like what you are looking forward, what you are looking from them, what we are going to achieve. And like many companies have this practice of employee orientation. Like when they start operation, when they are coming into this one, it will be like you will have a practice of uh, employee orientation, about company culture, about like basic practices you have to follow, uh, other than the legal requirements, like practices and teamwork. So you can make it like what customized trainings accordingly. Like so, they should be very clear about training and awareness to be given to the people, and job roles and responsibilities very well communicated, very well established, and so the people knows that what the management is looking forward, how we have to behave, so you can expect more better result. Benefits and rewards, like like sometime the situation is very tough, they will have to work for extended hours, but they should be very clear about what kind of benefit they are going to, and when they are doing good job, they should be rewarded. So this is how you can ensure that your employees are retained. So an adequately maintained facility, so considering the plan, like considering like this year and next year and after 5 years, after 10 years, what you want to do. So accordingly, the facilities are maintained. So maintaining is very important. Sometimes what happens, facility is made very nicely, but it is poorly maintained. So after some time, a faucet is broken, nobody cares. A tile is broken, nobody cares. So it will be slowly it is getting deteriorated. Nobody care about that one. So initially people will be complaining, see this one I can't work because there is no enough provisions. Later they will stop complaining. They will be used to. So you can't expect a good result, a positive food safety culture, a positive atmosphere, or a safe environment from this establishment. So maintaining is very important. Suitable food, like facilities suitable for your food activities. Like uh, a tea preparation area is not same as a sushi preparation area. So according to your activities, you have to make facilities. When you are adding a new dish, like nowadays, no, people have a big competition on adding new dishes. Restaurants are looking forward for making novel dishes. So they are into like doing lot of research on making uh, like different kind of newer dish. So before you start this one, ensure that you have adequate facility for doing that into a safe preparation. Ensure that it is done in a safe environment. So if it is not there, instead of getting a good result, maybe it will end up in a food poisoning. So ensure that it is not happening in your premise. So adequate space is maintained and it is well maintained. And most importantly, whenever you are making a change, it is approved by a legal regulatory authority. That is in Dubai, it is Dubai Municipality Food Safety Department. Waste management. See, like there are different kind of waste, whether it is it can be a solid waste, food waste, or it can be the cartons, or it can be the waste water, or a waste from the grease traps. So how you are going to dispose it? So what frequency? Maintain it and ensure it is done in proper way. You can't expect a safe food operation or a safe environment when the drainage is overflowing. So make sure, see, these are the very small issues, but it will affect very badly into your operation and you can't focus on your future expansion and your bigger goals. So make sure it is all working on a system. Make sure it is not depend upon you, like you made a system and people are adequately trained and communicated that their job responsibilities and it is being properly maintained. So you can expect that things are happening in a proper way. So adequate waste bins are established. It has having a proper designs and waste recycling, like waste oil or like waste of like like recyclable waste, just like cartons or plastic bags and all. So establish a procedure, establish a system, and make sure that it is happening accordingly. Ensure that these systems are working properly. Instead of going into micromanagement and doing this one, make sure these systems are working properly. And pest management is very important because uh, you know recently when I go for a premise for doing basic food safety training, so I see that very strange thing, like a fly. There is a fly trap, not a fly killer. It's a fly trap that will attract pests and it is supposed to be installed outside the premise. And this is the outer to the city, and there are lot of farms around. So the area is prone to lot of flies. But the unfortunately the premise is kept open, and this fly uh, trap is installed inside the premise. So instead of uh, like preventing the pest entering into the premise, it is attracting pest. And sometimes many premises it is seen that the fly killers, there is glass at least one side or two side of the premise of the restaurant or the cafeteria, and a fly killer with the blue light that is installed very close to the door and that is visible from outside. So instead of uh, killing the flies or reducing the flight, that will attract flies from all around. So it will be visible from all around. Some from outside it will be all get attracted into the premise, and many premise they will be keeping the doors open. So this is how you will have to uh, make practices to prevent instead of depending upon your pest control provider. You will have to prevent and maintain your cleaning of the premise and periodically do inspections for the pesticides and rely on the integrated pest management approach. Okay, instead of just simply rely on the service provider, go for a integrated approach. So always discuss with them and go for a safe food handling practices. I'm not going into more technical into this one. So as you all know, well aware about the practices like maintaining a proper personal hygiene, maintaining cleaning and sanitation of the premise, maintaining proper temperature control. So in regards to storage, in regards to like preparation, cooking temperature, holding temperatures, defrosting temperature. So maintaining getting your items from a approved supplier, in Dubai foods municipality approved contractor, approved supplier, check food watch whether this supplier is approved in food watch. Like that you can and many companies have a practice of approving their suppliers. So these kind of approaches that will give you safe uh, food handling and ensure that your food is handled in a safe way. And you have adequate storage areas that ensure proper segregation of ready to eat and raw items, or segregation of allergens, and that prevents cross contamination and all. Ensuring stock rotation, proper storage and stock rotations. So I think I don't want to go more technical into this one. Um, and here are some examples, this I have taken from during my tenure when I was doing inspections and all. Like you know People are doing in a very uh, wrong way of food handling practices. This way we can't expect a good result. So using of wrong practices and packaging materials. Here you can see very wrong preparation, inadequate facilities and uh, provisions. So people are not aware about inadequate provisions and improper designs, following wrong temperature controls. So think about these are not doing inside your premises, an order for uh, sandwiches for big orders, so they don't have a proper facility for maintaining keeping the temperature control. So instead of doing this one, either they should have gone for contacting another adjacent premises also. So let them make it together. So instead of losing that one, so this what I talk about the making a proper plan. So it should be before you start operation and during, whenever you are getting a like unexpected orders and all, just plan how you can execute it that in a safe way. In more than that, how you are going to execute it, in give preferences for doing it in a safe way. Otherwise sometime it will be like come back to you in the other way around, so the result will be in the opposite way. So I hope you are all doing safe way of doing practices. And here we will end up our my presentation. And thank you for listening to me.